In this video, we'll cover how to create and manage custom reports in Mothernode CRM. Now, in Mothernode CRM, we have a wide variety of reporting options. So we'll talk about custom reports in just a moment. But first, I wanted to point out that you also have, as a standard report option, the reports function that you see here in the upper right. And that provides you with a list of predefined reports that Mothernode provides, and you'll see these within all of the major Mothernode modules. So leads and opportunities, as with this example, contacts, customers, orders, quotes, other transactions as well. So there's a host of these types of reports throughout Mothernode. What we would advise is that before you run a standard report, make sure that you filter the list. So when you arrive at your list, whether it's leads and opportunities, customers, contacts, or one of the transaction lists, filter the list first. So apply a saved search. You may already have a saved search in your saved searches list, or you can apply an advanced search on the spot, but you're going to get very good results if you filter the list and then access standard reports. Now, in some cases, you may not see all of the types of data that you want to see on the report. You would like to customize it a little bit further, and perhaps you would like to automate it. And those are just some of the advantages that custom reports will provide. The full benefits of custom reports include the ability to select exactly which columns, which types of data that you would like to see on the report, the sorting and order of the data. You'll have complete control of that. If you'd like to add a calculation, a total, or other type of operand to a particular field or column, you have the ability to do that as well. You can build in an advanced search or criteria into the report. That's a huge benefit. And of course, the ability to automate the report, so you can have Mothernode automatically email the report to you in either an HTML format, on screen that is, or via a download that would download an Excel file. And you can specify the timing of the report. If you want to receive it daily, that's great, or once a week, once a month, twice a month. The timing is completely up to you. We'll use an example to show you the process for developing a custom report. In this example, as you can see, I'm in leads and opportunities. I would like to develop a report that focuses on our opportunities over the last 60 days that are greater than $5,000 in value. I would like complete control over the report as far as the data that I'm using, what I'd like to see on the report, and how it's organized. Plus, I would like to automate the report so that I receive the report from Mothernode every Tuesday. So to start the process, I'll go to the Actions menu. We can see Create Custom Report and Saved Custom Reports, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But we'll click on Create Custom Report to start the process. As you can see, it's a very simple 4-step process where we name the report, we specify the fields that we would like on the report, and control things like sorting and grouping. We will set up the criteria for the report in step 3, and then in step 4, which is optional but very, very beneficial, we'll set up the automation as far as the intervals in which I would like to receive the report. So we'll show you how to do that as well. So in step 1, I'm going to give the report a name, and then I'll add a description, and that way if I make the report public, then my team members who have access to the report would then get a better feel for what the report does. So in this case, I'll include some other elements like the over $5,000 in value, plus the objective of obtaining 1 opportunities over the last 60 days. And then again, to make the report public, I would simply click this checkbox. If I determine that I'm the only one that will use the report, then I can certainly leave it unselected to make it private. So I'll move on to step 2. This is where I first select the fields that I would like to see on the report. And it's simply a matter of selecting the fields. Don't worry about the order or sorting at this point. You can do all of that once you choose your fields in this area to the right. As a matter of fact, you'll see this area populate as I select fields. So I'll simply go through and select the fields that I would like to appear on the report. You have a wide selection, as you can see, and that's important because you'll be able to select anything that you track in Mothernode. So for example, I would like to see the lead number, the reference, verify the status. If I scroll down a little bit, I can select assign to, so I can see the sales rep that was assigned to the lead. And then as I scroll down, I would also like to see the prospect name on the report. I have some other prospect details I can include if I want. Under opportunity details, I would definitely like the opportunity value to appear on the report, and estimated invoice date. And I'd like to see the market segment that has been identified for this opportunity. So I've selected some fields. The choices are always completely up to you. And then we see the information to the right that has populated as I made my selections. Now I can very quickly and easily organize the data. For example, I see opportunity value here. I would like that to be closer to information like lead number, reference, and then opportunity value. Think of the top to bottom order as left to right as far as the columns that will be on your report. And then I see status. As a matter of fact, I realize that there's one piece of information related to status that I have not included. I'll go back and include it. If I scroll back up, I have a field called one date because this report is specific to one opportunities. I would certainly like to see the one date, and it's perfectly fine that I've added it at the end because now I can go to the right and click and drag and drop, bring it closer to status. That makes sense. Then I can see the assigned sales rep. I would like to, once again, I'll just move prospect name. When I make a change on the left, by the way, it resorted the order to the right. So make the move of prospect name here. And then opportunity value, I would like to see at the end of the report. And then I'll switch market segment and estimated invoice date. So now the order of the columns on the report is just the way I would like to see it. And you can see that it just took a few seconds to set that up. Now I can move on to sorting. You can have multiple levels of sorting, so you can have 1, 2, 3, or more sorts within the report. I would like to sort based on opportunity value. So we can see opportunity value here. I'll give it a sort priority of 1. Then I'll determine that I would like to see opportunity values in the report going from largest to smallest. So that would be in descending order. And then I would like to total the opportunity values so that I can see subtotals if applicable and totals for opportunity values on the report. Now, once I've done this, I can also optionally determine if I would like to see any grouping on the report. So you can see in the lower left, I have a group by field. In this case, I would like to structure the report so that it's grouped by sales rep. So that would be determined by the assigned to field. So I can group the data by sales rep, or assigned to in this case, and then determine that I would like to see the information grouped, or the sales rep grouping, in ascending order. So now I've completed step 2, and I can simply move on to step 3. And this is where I define the criteria. Keep in mind that we specified in our example 3 different criteria, so we need to set that up in this step. The first one being the status of 1. So I find the status field. I would like to see all leads and opportunities that equal the status of 1. And if I would like to add criteria that need to be combined with other criteria, I would click the green plus symbol. In this case, I would also like to see leads and opportunities that have been won over the last 60 days. So I'll find the field that is called one date. I may have passed it, there we go. And then I'll choose the operand last and then specify 60 days. This is very beneficial because regardless of when you run the report, it will pull data for the last 60 days, regardless of calendar date. You can specify a calendar date when you're working with dates, but this type of format provides a lot of flexibility. And then the final criteria that I'd like to add that we talked about in this example is that we would like to see all leads over $5,000. And so I'll select, as I scroll down to opportunity details, opportunity value, because I would like to also see 1 opportunities over the last 60 days that are greater than $5,000 in value. And I'll choose the operand greater than, and then type in that dollar amount of 5,000. And so now I've set up 3 criteria for the report. You'll see that they're basically separated by an and. So this means that the criteria are combined. All of the criteria have to be satisfied in order to pull the data into the report. So that's the impact of an and statement, when you want all of these criteria to be satisfied at the same time, meaning that only leads and opportunities that have been marked 1 over the last 60 days and that are greater than $5,000 will be pulled into the report. Now you'll see the reference to an or here. This button would create what we call an or statement, and that allows you to set up criteria as choices. Let's say that you would like to pull in all leads and opportunities that are either at a 1 status or at an open status, so you have more of a choice. So if you want to apply more of a choice for your criteria for the report, you can certainly do that with the or statement. Now, in this case, I'll move on to step 4. It is optional, but again, very, very beneficial, because in this case, I would like for Mothernode to do the work for me. I would like for Mothernode to send me the report rather than me going out and requesting the report manually. Now, I can do that on demand at any time, which is a nice feature within custom reports, but in this case, I would like to set up an automatic distribution. Very easy to do. The way that I do it is set up the desired time frame. So I would like to receive the report weekly on Tuesdays. So I'll click on Tuesday. You can see that it is now shaded. I could have multiple days specified for a week, as you can see, but in this case, I'm going to deselect Thursday. I would only like to receive the report on Tuesday of each week. I can apply an end date. In this case, I don't want to. If you do see the need for a report to expire by a certain date, you can certainly provide an end date. But then again, you can always come back and end a report at any time. And then you can even select the time of day in which you would like the report to be received. And in this case, I would like for it to be generated and received on Tuesday morning every week at 7 a.m. And then I'll simply specify recipients. In this case, it's me, based on my email address. And I can specify other recipients if I like, just by separating with a comma and then typing their email address. In this case, I'll just specify myself. I can click on Dispatch Now and see the resulting email with the report provided as a link, either a download link if it's Excel, or a link to an HTML page. So I can do this on demand by clicking this button. Also, I can specify the format. Would I like to receive a link that opens up an HTML page in my browser, or would I like a download as an Excel file so that I can go in and manipulate and customize the report even further? So I can choose one or the other as far as how it will be received within the email. And then I can select an option that basically says, look, don't send me a report if there is no data to report on. So I'll go ahead and check that in this case. It seems like an efficient way to do it. So once I've specified all of this, I'll go ahead and click Save to make sure that all of these updates are added. I can see in the upper right the confirmation message. And additionally, I can run the report initially from this. Even though I've set up automation, I can go ahead and request it on demand by clicking Run in the lower right. Export will also run the report and provide me a download as an Excel file. Run will open up the report in a tab within my browser. And then we know that Close will take me out of this window, and Save will save any changes. I'll go ahead and click on Run. And now we can see the report that I just set up. I see the title, I see the grouping by sales rep, and then I see all the fields in exactly the order that I specified. A lot of good information. I can see the sorting that I set up on the right under opportunity value from largest to smallest. It's providing me with subtotals and a grand total at the bottom. So the report looks good. Now at any time, I can always go back. If I have the window open, I can go back and edit the report. Let's say that it is closed. I've saved and closed my work. Then the question becomes, how do I get to it to make any changes or run it on demand? In that case, I would go back to my Actions menu, click on Saved Custom Reports. I see the report that has been added to my list. See all the information here. To the right, I see a number of options that I have in the Saved Custom Reports list. I can click Run to run an HTML version of the report immediately. I can click Export to run an Excel file version of the report immediately. Edit will allow me to go in and make changes, modifications to the report at any time. Duplicate will allow me to copy the report if I'm setting up a new custom report and I would like to base it on a prior report. I can use duplicate, and that way I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I can simply create a copy, rename it, make some changes, and it should take less time to create than if I was starting from scratch. And then of course you have delete. Only use delete if you're 100% sure that you want to remove the report, because other people may be using the report if you have marked it as public. So be very, very careful with delete. And just a reminder that this type of capability to create and manage custom reports is available throughout Mothernode just by going into the respective module. For example, if I go into a transaction-based module like quotes, I'll find the same exact function, only quote specific, within my Actions menu, just as I showed you within leads. It's available for contacts, customers, quotes, and other transaction modules as well, available for you to create customized and very versatile reports. For more information, visit our YouTube channel or customer support site, or with any questions, please contact us directly at customer.support@mothernode.com.